Well, hello to episode 20 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, and this is your game week roundup. Now, it seems to be a couple of days every game now, and it's nothing stopped. And we have massive news with the release of the game week 21 fixtures for tomorrow. So we all have to react on the news that Brentford, West Ham, and Everton have double game weeks tomorrow and following on till the 11th, and there'll be an FA Cup round, I think, in between. So yeah, lots to consider and to think about. Let's have a breakdown of what was been going on. Well, as you can see, the Southampton, so Leicester, Norwich, and Southampton, Newcastle, Southampton, Newcastle, they've been postponed. I brought in Justin Thomas there yesterday. I was bored and I just got rid of James, so I freed up a lot of money, about 1.8 million, and I decided to not get in Laporte but just go for Justin Thomas at 4.3. So that's very handy having the money in the bank. But you know, then you find out that the Southampton Newcastle game's postponed, and then the Leicester Norwich match is gone. So I think we found out about the other one later. So I'm relieved that the guy have so anyone with Norwich and Leicester players and Southampton players, you've got a game, which is a relief, and it's going to be played on the Tuesday and Wednesday of the new year. And Happy New Year 2022's on the horizon. It's New Year's Eve tonight, so enjoy what's to go on. I'm sure you don't want to spend the evening with me, guys. You got lots of things to do and places to go and people to see. So Southampton, Brentford, which Brentford have the double game week, Everton and Leicester City. So I'm relieved that I don't have to do too much messing about now. I was considering a -8 or something because I didn't have Joe Linton, who's in my team, and Thomas, so and also Livramento. And also we don't know about Gallagher, do we, at the minute? Will he play? Will he not play? What's going on there? I want to kind of hold on to Gallagher. I think he's playing a good number 10 there. I just have a gut feeling to hold on. That's what I'm really a gut and instinct sort of player. I don't like statistics. I go with well, I really have a rage or a bullet to go for a player and to get him in, because at the moment I don't have Bowen in my team, and I think he's going to crucify me over the 2 double game weeks against Crystal Palace and Norwich. So the other match that there's on the horizon, I think it's the West Ham Norwich game here on Wednesday the 12th, and there's FA Cup sandwiched in between, I think. So we have to be wary about injuries, and loads of people are thinking about doing on game week 22, not necessarily wildcard, but triple captain, bench boost, and the free hit. So we don't know what the games are going to be announced in game week 22. Of course, maybe in another week we'll find out. There's no rush now, but we have the 3 fixtures we want, and it's a relief that they've come just before the deadline, which will be tomorrow. So we can have some sort of, thinking about the situation. But West Ham seems to be, but I don't have Bowen, and I'll have to do a -4. If I held off that, Thomas, but I needed to free up money anyway going forward. So maybe that I'm going to take a -4 for Bowen, have to get him in somehow. So that's good. That's good news anyway, folks. Yeah, that's today. And then tomorrow, right? So where are we starting now here? Start here there on the roundup of the Christy Nicolson from game week 20. It was very, very low score. The big winner is Stephen Stretford Nolan here with a 63, captain and son. Or sorry, Ronaldo. He got a pokey in goal, and he got a lucky assist, as they say. He was meant to do something else with it, but there you go. McTominay came in and done the business. Man of the match, great show. And he's back in the game now. He's back. He's a big player. There's lots of players now. Even at Tottenham, they're coming on. Like the talk of Harry Winks now as a new player, and he saved his career now because the new manager coming in is kind of rebooted things. So that's what Ralph Rangnick has been doing. He's been giving everybody a go and a chance. But having Shaw and Bissaka back, to me, that was a no-brainer. And it maybe sometimes it's just to make a statement, the new manager coming in and trying everyone, and then they can't be moaning if they're not doing it. United have not been exciting at all recently, you know, with Dallas and Tellez, and they're not United players for me personally. But here we go. Fergie Walsh is still heading the top of the listings here. The Christy Nicolson Pub, which is based in Ballyhaunis, County Mayo, and I've been running it for a while, and it's really grown twice fold at least every year. I expect even next year to be mega as well. Once I get the caps going and the guys are wearing the caps and everyone will say, where you get that, where you get, and there'll be more interest. But I really hope to keep these leagues, the top dog leagues, mainly local, you know, based. I don't want like to conquer the world. I don't want to rule the world. I just want to have something for us in the town and the region, and it goes to a local winner and someone who we can have a bit of crack about and congratulates and have a good night out at the end of the year, I hope, hopefully. So let's see, have a look at Fergie, our leader. I haven't seen his overall. I always like to have a look at what our leader is at the overall. And you have to give Fergal Great Guns Walsh some credit here. He's really been on top of this this year. Not so much the other years now. He knows himself. I don't have to dig into him, but he's below the top 50K here, which is phenomenal. Halfway, just over halfway the season. So if he's carrying on by now, he's not going to stop, and we're just going to have to assume that, you know, Fergie Great Guns is going to go Great Guns unless it's one of us go even better guns. So it's looking tricky, but he's got our 79th in the world from last year, Joy, which will keep him honest. But let's have a quick look at his team, and keeping in mind of the Gallagher is a doubt. I think there's an outside chance he could play at least, you know. But West Ham is a tricky one to throw him in there, so he probably still, you know, that he will be back. I'm holding him. There is a little bit of worry about Liverpool and Klopp saying COVID cases, moaning about the fixtures. The whole of these. Brendan Rodgers and Klopp have been moaning the most about these fixtures, and they should really get on with it and give us football. The players are not robots. Look, you know, I am a robot. So I go to work every day, and I've done 4 weekends in 5, so I'm a robot. Why can't they be? I would do anything for that sort of money. But listen, they're extremely talented. Anyone in the top 4 flights, I don't know, 5 flights, anyone. All the way down to the Mayo Football Association. I'm not good enough to play for my local team. There's a far talented guys, you know, that are doing the job for us in Ballyhaunis town, up station rise. So sorry, I'm just rattling and just all over the shop, thought wise. So yeah, keep an eye out for the Liverpool. This is a little bit of a worry, of course. This is Salah's last game and Mane's last game, and Naby Keita's last game before they go to the African Nations Cup. So the Chelsea is going to be, they'll want to, I think they should fulfill it anyway and worry about, but then it's health and safety, you know, COVID restrictions and the better good and all that. So James won't be playing, he'll be out. Foden will he be rested again? We don't know, but he is all the rage. If any City wanted that sort of price, Foden is the guy. He can cancel out anyone's points, be it KDB or Sterling. So I haven't got him in yet, but I'm watching. He's watching him a lot. I have Bernardo Silva, which I got him in a little bit too late, but yeah, I'll have to figure that out. At the moment, he's a body and he's playing. Watford now, yeah, they're going to be very interesting to keep these guys. Emmanuel Dennis isn't going to the African Nations Cup. I feel a bit guilty now, moaning to the guys on our WhatsApp top dogs WhatsApp group. So he's not going to Nigeria, so. I wouldn't have begrudged them, but I'm happy staying. Send him a tweet and thank him for staying. He could be raging though against his manager, Ranieri. We don't know. So watch the King is obviously a great choice as well. Watford going forward are going to have loads of games Yeah, so Palace is good. It's not a bad situation there for Fergie. Just a few things to watch out. He'll have his Arsenal guys back for. I think they have City. I'm sure they have City. So he'll have to think about. At least he's got Man City now game week tomorrow, 21. So he'll probably take out Mitchell. He put in the 2 Arsenal bucks. Gallagher will go out. He doesn't have to do too much. The only catch here, he's got no West Ham, which could be tricky. No Brentford and no Everton. I think they're the 3 games. So I suppose you want to be looking at Gray would be the best guy I would be looking at for Everton, and possibly look DCL. Will he play all the 90 minutes, or will he play the FA Cup game? It's a loss. He's only played 3 games at the beginning of the season, so I'm not sure if you want to be going all great guns. Although Everton, I think, are guaranteed another double game week in game week 21 out of the others, but that's all hearsay. There's other bloggers here you can join into. FPL Mate, Let's Talk FPL, and Football Fantasy Scout as well. They're interesting guys. I don't do any stats here. I told you before. I don't believe in numbers. I think what will win you this thing is going your way or navigating a clear vision and always doing what's right for your team. I haven't done so many mortal mistakes this year, and I feel I am within stalking range. I'm 38 points is not a catastrophe this season. People have got a lot lower, just under the 400,000, but I think that's stalking range anyway. Okay, it's probably 100 points from the top 10,000 at the minute, maybe a bit more. I'm not worried about the top 10,000. I just want to get half this as soon as I can, and I've got a wild card and all the 3 chips left. So I'm going to be a bit more. I'm going to be as conservative as possible. Can I get through game week 22 without doing a chip, and see? But then I don't want to be losing. So a triple captain could be interesting this game week or next game week. But triple captain West Ham, it's just really gut for me at the moment about what chip I'm going to use. So Joey, yeah, let's quickly going down the league. We've been getting 40s, 31s. So we'll come to Stevie Stratton in a minute. Phenomenal, great stuff. He's been rewarded. They only want to captain Ronaldo, and look, Ronaldo's gone through a couple of games where he's blown out and just not done it, and you're going to have to get rewarded. And I think Ronaldo will. You know, to have Shaw and Bissaka back, there's a deluge of opportunity there, deluge of it. And McTominay's phenomenal. So I always rated McTominay. I think he's terrific. Good bench player, but yeah, he could be good for the bench, you know, in your FPL team. Right, so yeah, 43s and 33s, 20 of Dave Martin, just only a little 20 there. Salah getting a 0, which is, we missed the penalty the other day. So people on the Salah, you know, I'm not going to kick people while they're down, you know, but Salah is the most boring choice that you can possibly have in FPL. I know people say, if you're way up in the top and you want to protect your position, fair enough. But the likes of us that are a bit lower down, we have to think outside the box and go with something before they go form-wise. And so that's how you can just get your guts. I don't believe in the number stuff of 0.4 or 5 expected this and that. Like you either score the goal or you don't score the goal. Starman with a 33, Morgan with a 43, Connor Hussey with a 30-20. So really, I'm really happy just to get out of that game week with a 38, I think. Yeah. 22, like the Oracle would be devastated here with this free hit. I don't think there was possibly a need. I did text Marky, don't do it. But you know, in FPL, you want to do something. It's your team, and you want to be proactive. And I'm going to take the ball. I want momentum. I need to get momentum, but it can go the other way. Where using a chip, I've seen it so many times with wildcards. People play it. The Starman Adrian Phillips will tell you himself. He played his wildcard twice last year, and it was the worst thing it's the worst team he could have possibly. It was disastrous. So you have to be. you want to look at the fixtures and really be cold and emotional when you're using these chips. And does my team really need it? Like for me, I wanted to get James out and free up some money, and I think Justin Thomas will be 4.3 guy. There's loads of other 4.3 dudes you can look at as well if you want to sneak somebody in. So there you go. Yeah, so the Oracle's not going to be happy with that. Yes, Salah with the 0, the -2 with the penalty. Mahrez didn't get off the bench, and he didn't. Markey never seemed to have a good bench. So he'd go back to his other team and it's just forget about this game week and just go great guns. I love that expression. Just go great guns and forget about what's going on. So 35, Jerry Freely, Stephen Carney's dropped back quite a bit now from. It's amazing, like, some of the guys that are like Shane Healy. Shane O'Shane was a good score, 41 this game week. But the Salah, it's just depressing, that Salah thing. Apparently, one of the bloggers are saying that it's only the 3rd time that he's got a 0 in like all of FPL, which is insane, even when he was at Chelsea. So, was FPL around when he was there? I think it was, yeah. So, that's insane. So that's awful unlucky. But at least he's got the Ronaldo thing. Yeah, Ronaldo is. United have some great fixtures coming up there. I am really scared of Ronaldo. I can't, I've got away with Ronaldo 2 game weeks. I didn't get away with him this game week, but nobody had Ronaldo, so I didn't lose so much in the overall. But we will be. So have to consider. There's so many game weeks in next week in game week 22. You can't use 2 free hits together back-to-back game weeks, and you can't use double chip in 1 game week. So it's really delicate how you play the next game week, because there's going to be about probably 6 or 7 double game week teams there. There's been 3 this week, so there might be 7 next week. That's the way I'm just thinking logically about this. I'm not going into all these charts and, Man United might have Southampton and Burnley, or they might have Southampton. It's a head wrecker. So it's best just to keep it simple in my eyes. Owen's popped back down a bit. So as you can see, well, look who it is. Jamesy Lyons. What do we have? Jamesy, no BS Lyons is back in the game. After all the shenanigans. I still can't figure out what happened to his team and what he did. I've got no feedback on that. Yeah, I like to. This guy's becoming a favorite of mine. Where is he now? The 70. Yeah, 73. Be mad stuff now if he made the top 10. It'd be an absolute mad. And it's not a bad team. It's fair enough. And Maguire will be good for a lot of good game weeks. So I'd nearly prefer to have De Gea rather than a United defender at the minute. Shaw's an option. He's gone down in price as well, folks. Great to have Ronaldo. Broya is the guy to have off the bench. Lamptey is fine. I'm not sure about Elise. Love Elise to start, but Michael Elise, but he's not getting much game time. Maybe he did get affected by what's going around floating around the Palace camp, virus-wise. Bowen is the guy. So if you look at, I love Jorginho points. Bloggers saying, who wants Jorginho? But he's cheap and cheerful, and he clicks around, and Chelsea get penalties, loads of penalties. De Bruyne, actually, that team is phenomenal for me personally. They're going forward. At least he's got a Breuer. He needs to think about, well, can I upgrade? No, Bowen. He's got a Bowen and a pear tree. But Breuer, he will, if there's any way he can get him up to Antonio or fit in another West Ham. He's got no Everton. Has he got a Brentford? No. But I think this, even if you just have 2, maybe 3 West Ham, you're fine. I'm not sure many teams will want to throw in Gray, even if he's got a double. Because like you Son and a City and a Jota, and there's just too many that we all want. And it's hard to fit Gray in long-term wise. You can do it. I don't mind. I'm considering. I don't rule anything out in an FPL. So yeah, James, I'm not going to slag you this week. Just don't do anything crazy now between now and the rest of the season. And I want to issue you a challenge, Jamesy. I think yeah, James, I want to issue a challenge is to, you're on 1061, another 100 points or so, and you're floating around that top 15. My God, if you can just get it together and get that top 10, that would be phenomenal. But the top 15 is the target here for yourself. You've got 100. So the way you do it is you look at somebody here you fancy. I don't mean to go out with now, but not Dave Hession from Ahamore, but I'd be the guy to tag tail. No offense, Owen, but I say Donny O'Brien is always solid and consistent every year, and I think he's going to come up the rating. So he has he's finished top 10 last year. He's got to get a hat. I think I have to double check, but I think Donny's finished top 10. But he's that sort of player that if you want to watch somebody, he's the guy to watch. So like, yeah, Foden's phenomenal. Good stuff from Silvermines here. Cancelo, terrific. He's got a bit of Watford. Foster should be back, I'd say, to take advantage of the double game weeks. Yes, Salah's going. Jota will be the main man now at Liverpool. I like Gallagher. I'd stick with him. Duffy, waste of time. Don't know if he's starting or going or what he's doing. I think Lamptey is the cool move. Watkins is brilliant. Double game week coming up soon for next. I would say next game week is a live possibility to captain. Antonio is phenomenal. So he's got at least he's got something from West Ham. So Mora unlucky. He only came in as a sub. Loads of people fancied him there after the Palace game. I went to that 3-0. Very relieved that Son scored in the end for my team last week. Last game week. Very relieved. Otherwise, it's a complete disaster. Kane is back in form now, but I'm not looking at Kane now, not in the global game week. But West Ham, Everton, and Brentford now with Tony is an option as well. So that's Silvermine. So that's my advice to yourself. So you're a similar sort of position as Donny. I'd be looking at Donny to try and see if I fancy him now. Face man. He's been a bit down in the dumps, over the last while with his team and this, that, and a bit demotivated and all that. We're trying to buck him up a bit. Fred now, we got in Fred, I suppose, after what he was on about. There's a flash in the pan job, I think, from Fred. But he would have probably came in probably for Saka, I would say. So handy enough, look, bench, both Gallagher and Saka. Look, sometimes when you think you've got a bad result, the next game week they absolutely fire. They're the ones you want, so you want to be careful to react on a bad game week. Atamatre's done well there with the Liverpool 1-0. Yeah, that's a very good score, 41. Back in the game. So, Jamesy, these two were the guys to keep is to watch, and a face man will be up again, minimum. I would, he's just going to naturally get up top 15, and then there's going to be a push. There's always a mad push to get in the top 10 here. If you're in the top 10, that means you probably got about 250,000, 300,000, K overall. So that's the breakdown of what's been going on from last game week 20. I was debating a wild card for this game week, and I was going to get in Bowen and Holos and Laporte and Sterling and all this and that. But then it would have been no harm, but all the guys' price rises, I decided to not take the price rises because I was still wondering about the games coming up. But if you took your wild card, you could still change everything again until tomorrow. So I kind of regret it a bit because I look, at least with Dennis, he's rose in price massively, like from about 5.5 up to 6.1. He's dearer than King now. So happy with his price range rises. Antonio, I've sold and got in again, which I'm delighted I did. So I don't need to do anything there. So yeah, so Mopile's typical Mopile's gone up there. I was looking at 6.3 and now he's 6.5. The FPL people are so reactionary. Within seconds, they're reacting on goals, and everyone's got them in. Reactionary, absolutely. So Mara's up, and this is what Kane's up, Broyer up, I wanted De Gea in for 5.1, but I didn't use the wild card. I wanted Laporte and Sterling. All the guys I wanted, even Madison, all went up. I keep in Gallagher because he's gone up again. It's crazy. I'm going to have faith on him. So I'm not going to do the wild card. I'm just going to trust in the 4 wins. So that's the latest there. So if you're looking at getting any of these guys that have just gone up, yeah, I thought it was midnight these prices go up, but they seem to be going up at 6 o'clock. So you need to be, on it. Oh, Romero's gone down. He's going to be once he comes back. James is down. I'll let him go all the way down to 6. I sold him at 6 million. I didn't get anything really out of Reece James. So I'm not in any hurry to get him back at all. Darren Randolph. Oh, what? I can't believe I've mentioned his name. Darren Randolph. Hello. Do you play anymore? So pick team. Well, yeah, so Linton. Yeah, Linton's the Newcastle game. They're the team that's missed out the most. Most people are off Wilson and Saint-Maximin now. I only had Linton in because of a body, and I could afford them. Didn't work out against United. Linton against Ronaldo. It's only going to be one winner there. So Fernandes got double. Oh, that's I just spotted that now. I actually have a B. B. Now, one thing I've noticed about these double game weeks, I swear to God, from my experience, 2012, people go back a lot longer, but I've noticed these double game weeks that sometimes the single game week, he scores 2 or 3, and you get basically nothing out of the guys with the double game week. For instance, I had one with Antonio, but will he get to the Norwich game unscathed from the FA Cup game in between and third round? I'm hoping he'd be rested for whoever they have in the third round. I'm only guessing here. Let's see, Sunday. So the third round might be around here Thursday, will it? This is the this baloney, right? Chelsea. So Tottenham are in there, massive match, and then Son, will he go on and? So I would imagine Spurs will definitely play a good team against Watford, and then they have 3, 1, 2, 3. They got 4 days until the cup game, and should play Chelsea 3 times in the space of like 10 days. It's crazy. And then the other one, Arsenal, Liverpool. Right, that's something to think about. They're big matches. They won't be playing a weakened team there. So where does the FA Cup? The FA Cup comes in here. FA Cup, all this stuff. So Tottenham have Morecambe, West Ham have Leeds United. So it's a tricky enough game, and if I know David Moyes, he likes the FA Cup run, and it's a tricky one, Captain Antonio. It's I think I have to make a decision though. Will I just keep with Son or go? I think most people will want to captain a double game week player. I'm not going to advise anyone not to. I probably do it myself, to be honest. Just have to figure out what do I want to do. Will I keep Gallagher? I know I'm saying I want him, but Bernardo against Arsenal, I still don't. Be easy just to make more money and just get rid of this. Although I just don't think Bernardo is the sort of dude that's going to get me through, the Southampton, Brentford, Norwich. These are great games coming up for City, so they'll be coming definitely a live option. But they don't have any arranged fixtures. They've got through all their fixtures, and this is the catch-22 with getting low the City, and you're not going to get the double game weeks, and you're going to have to rely on a chip or something. So I'm happy enough. I've got 2 anyway. That's. I knew I kept Fernandes for a reason. That was news. I'm really happy to have him on the bench. Got 2 good keepers. I think you really have to have 2 good keepers now, folks. And if you got Foster for Watford, hold on. He should be getting back. There's the replacement Watford keeper is in there as well, but who wants to have 2 keepers from the same team and cancellation? So you need to keep up. Keep in mind. Always make sure you have a different vice captain from the same team, just in case their game gets pulled. There is talk that more games will get pulled, and there's no guarantee that you'll even get these games at the end here. The Norwich, if they're still, you know, with the COVID, and also Everton, and Leicester's injuries, they've been given plenty of time now to the 11 to get Maddison and Vardy back now. So woe is Everton at the minute. Everton seems to be just going against Everton. So yeah, happy enough with those fixtures. I don't expect Brentford to go to Southampton and keep a clean sheet, but a double game week guy is a double game week guy. It's better than kicking their arse. So yeah, so I got rid of James. So I'm considering getting rid. Mount has been brilliant for me since I got him in. Absolutely, without him, I just dread to be probably top a million. So Will Mount gets an awful lot of. I can see him with set pieces, all right, but look at the three difficult games, and then look, I think it's an easy one just to get rid of Mount. But I could see that Salah's going, so it's the only guy going on my team. So what do I do with Salah? Mount. He should be playing these big games anyway, Mount. He should be involved if Chelsea are going to win. Lukaku now has been moaning about the formation of Tuchel as well, Thomas Tuchel, and he's not happy with what's been going on. He did a press interview with Italian media around the 16th of December. It's only came out now in a journal or something. I think it's actually on video, and Lukaku, fireworks are on, 7:35. Shh, Ronaldo, CR7, shoo. That's the right way to say it. So I've got to think about this, sit down about what to do with Salah. I've been debating actually holding Salah. I know it sounds crazy, but I like crazy. I've always liked crazy. 13 million. Okay, so he will drop in price a load of times over the next couple of game weeks, but a load of people won't be able to fit him back in. They won't think about maybe getting in a Kane or someone to facilitate Salah. Maybe De Bruyne could do that. I could swap him to De Bruyne, but he won't have a double game week. Probably he might. I don't think. See, he might have a double game week next on 22. I don't expect them to have it because played all their games. So you probably need a facilitator that you can. All your money's land banked in, so you can get Salah back. But he will have dropped in price, so people selling them now, they will get him at a reduced price. So they're back on the 6th of February or something like that. There's a month. They go on the 7th of January. They come, if they go all the way to the final, it's the 6th. And Egypt's one of the favorites for this thing. So he could lose up to 4 games. But there's a possibility it will only be because it could only be 2. And what happens if Liverpool get another game postponed? I'm talking, it's possible. Klopp has been moaning, but I think that game's going to go ahead unless Liverpool in the morning they come up with their injury and their COVID. But it's mainly a COVID list. They don't have many injuries to speak of. I have a good feeling that game will go ahead anyway. I hope so anyway for my squad. So the Liverpool should be fine by the 16th. So Salah will be missing this one. Palace, Leicester. Now these are the 2 here, Burnley and Norwich. There's an outside chance, as long as he doesn't get to the final or the semi-final, possibly, he should be back for the Burnley. But everyone will want him back for the Norwich, and then there's a skip week there, a game week 27. So it's a lot of time for 1, 2, 3. If he gets out by the group stage. I see a lot can happen in FPL. I have to really think about this, but at the moment I'm erring on seeing if I can find a way to keep it. Like Bowen is phenomenal. Like I think Bowen could be enough to get me. I know they're Jota. Jota is obviously the guy to. But looking at West Ham, I think their fixtures, a Bowen could replace. The only way I can do the Bowen is to get rid of Conor Gallagher. But I have to think about Bernardo. Could just do it straight next week or -4 now anyway. I have to do a lot of thinking, so there's no point messing about too much and saying. Yeah, very disappointed with the King of the Travellers this week. I've just lost 2 in a row. I've drawn 2. I've lost another one now this week. And I'm definitely out of the King of Travellers. I'm gutted, but there you go. That's just the way it goes. Losing to Jimmy Crean there last week in that 36 I got, and I got 38 this week, I think. Yeah, Jimmy's won again anyway. So you just, the thing about King of the Travellers, you get, if you get the guy at the bottom in a bad month, you're screwed. You lose out, and then the guy that's missed out from the, you know, on that dude most of the year, there you go. They get their points. So yeah, got to lose to Stret this week. There's no harm there, no disgrace. One of the best scores up there with Jimmy Cribben's massive 70 odd. Hot shot of the week, Jimmy back. James in vengeance. James Lyons. I'm thinking Jimmy Cribben and James Lyons are nothing alike. Yeah, James Lyons. Yeah, great hot shot of the week. I'm sure. Jimmy Cribben used to be in this anyway. Is he here somewhere? Crean. Yeah, Barry. But yeah. Yeah, Jimmy used to be in this definitely over the years, but he's not entered this season. We need to get onto him. I think, has he gone to America? Probably, possibly. Once you go to America, you're kind of not so detached to social media. But yeah, we should have got Jimmy in here this season. Yeah. So yeah, average takes out Jason Coyne. Again, like, I don't know, people are not going to put any money in Boyle Sports. I owe, I think, probably 250. I drew with the average. Kieran AKA47 Kiely takes out the Hitman, William the Hitman Nestor. So the Hitman's been taken out there. Dazza Duffy winning out Owen Rowe, and Duncan Hannon taking out the Oracle. Terrible game week from Oracle. Will be down about that. The Guru Killer Kevin Kilbride wins out to Joey Fats, yeah, by 2 points. A great scalp there for the Guru Killer. The Sniper, Sean Sniper Kildare, losing out to Nyla Richardson. There, Connor Hussey, massive win in the King of the Travellers against the Snowman. Battle of the lowest score, and the winner was Connor. Connor from Ballinlough. The face man taking out Jerry Freely, so that momentum Jerry had is gone. My momentum's finished now. I'm over in this thing. I'm not even going to look at it anymore. There's still a trophy. A Crane is up there. He'll fly up now. It's 2 wins and 2. So you can't lose forever. You see, in this world, you cannot lose forever. They say every dog has their day, and you know Jimmy Crane is the antithesis of a dog having his day, and they will have their day. And when they do, finito, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to sit there, you go home early, get to bed, and then get to the next day and hope that it's your day. But it's definitely a James. People say Jimmy and James, interim, the same breath. Same. Stephen Carney from the Jam taking out the Starman. Starman momentum gone. Han Solo winning out in his. He's creeping back up in the and Owen gets a win against John Kelly. So maybe Han Solo and Owen or Claire Hurler is flying up again back in the race. Yeah, so Owen, 40 points. I wouldn't worry. Kylie's got this. I think Hussey now has got the momentum. So it's hard to know. It's not going to come back. I'm not on the 38 now. Fuck it anyway. I think don't take your eye off the ball. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The main thing is to get up this league by hook or crook and get the points in. I'm in stalking range, but I can't. After that free hitting game week 20, game week 18, that got me out of absolutely no man's land, 650,000. So really underwhelming sort of month I've had. But I can't escape out of it. 9th at the moment. Kieran Kiely just above me. Happy enough. There's only about 30 points in between the top 4 here. But the top three are breaking away, though. Let's have a quick look at Stevie Strett's team and give him the kudos he deserves for the game week. Everyone's on Son. Jota's the guy to have. No Salah now is needed, possibly. TEA is going to be phenomenal. Must have. Cancelo as well. I don't know how I've been managing without Cancelo. The only time I got Cancelo in was in that free hitting game with 18 when he got the 18 pointer or whatever it was. That was poxed. Loads of people have got off and rid of their Arsenal. Loads of people have been selling them, but he's kept true, and that might pay off. But I'm not sure. I don't like. It's just something that with the Arsenal games coming up and the skip weeks that they have. Yeah, here's the fixtures. People can keep onto them, but like City's no joke now tomorrow. Tottenham, that could be a 0-0 or a 1-0 either way. But I can't. Well, there's been 4-4s and 4-5s and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's a funny one, this Tottenham fixture, but you know, Conte and Arteta, they're tacticians, and they'll be trying to keep this respectable and tight. Good game week for Burnley. Wolves, yeah, it's not a gimme, never will be. And then there's a couple of you know, I think in the horizon it's tricky. Up until March the 5th. So I'm going to go without any Arsenal for the time being. So it's just something to keep an eye on, I suppose. So Stevie Strett's got his Arsenal in there. Be careful about the Liverpool. What Klopp is saying, he's really wanting to get, he's really moaning badly about the world is all terrible, how we treat the Premier League players and their training and they're all. I mean, it's their job, okay? I'm sorry to be so rootless, but they're human beings. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I am as well. I've got work now on Sunday and Monday. To pay the way everywhere. Yeah, so Stret, he's got that far, so that will pay off. Gerhardt, you know what, he pop out for 1 or 2, he might get an odd one. King is fine, penalty taker. Ronaldo, penalty. He's stuck in the Bernardo trap like myself, but fair enough. He kind of Reguilon he's miffed me off in the last while. He's too often in games he's been taken off after 30 minutes, half time, before the 60. He's been managed big time by Conte. Everyone seems to manage Reguilon because they know he's just like so. I think he's injury prone here, and I think they're doing a good job so far, but he's good now. With the Tottenham have a load of arranged fixtures coming up, so yeah, keep on at the moment, but just be aware. I'd nearly prefer to have, like, if I'm playing Reguilon, I'd rather have 4 at the back. But anyway. So Stret's done nothing wrong. He's done brilliant there. Long may it continue. But the top 3 seem to be little, breakaway. And a bit like, well, not so much the Premier League, but it seems to be City have broke away. 8 points clear now here after Christmas. I always say to myself, as long as you're within the 100 points of the leader, that's fine. The chips can change everything, and how you play them and what you do and how you plan around them. And especially now for game week 21, 22 coming. Well, not so much 21. There's only three games, but the game week 22 is the one that can change everything. And which chip do you use? If there's a load of games, like if somebody, mostly everyone's got a double game week, I go for a bench boost. If I know I'm going to play a bench boost, you want to be setting your team up now. Obviously not for, you can't play a wild card and then a bench boost. So I think it's too late now for setting up your team for game week 22. We used to know these double game weeks at least 3, 4, 5 weeks, and especially after Christmas, January, everything seems to be more managed and more layered out, and you could set yourself up for that game week, do a wild card, and try to fix how to be okay for the immediate game week, and then then you're all set for the next one and play a bench boost. You can't do any of that this year because there's so little time between being announced. Like, we get the fixtures now and then the deadline's tomorrow, so it's just all that's fine taking the -4 or -8 possibly, but it's not the end of the world if you just roll a transfer, and then you might need the 2 transfers for the next game week. Yeah, I would try all my best to try and get away with a possible team. You might be lucky enough to have a lot of guys anyway that are naturally in your team already, you know, for the game week 22, and then we'll just know more later, won't we? So that's the game week 22. We don't know at the moment. I'd say Spurs will have a double game week, but that's going to be paired up with Arsenal, and I'm not relishing triple captain. It's just all down triple captain and Son there. It would be very brave. So many games that I'd be very, very. I'd nearly want to wait till the end of the season before doing a trip cap and have it up my sleeve or something for the loads of people like leaving it for one of the last games of the year, where there's always going to be a small double game week, game week 37. So always a traditional one at the end. So I want to save something for the end just to finish strong. And at the moment, I'm just surviving. The free hit in game week 18 absolutely was a godsend, but the rest over the month has been just poor to average, probably average to just get out of jail. So yeah, that's all we can really talk about so far ahead. There's too much that can change, and it's going to be really tricky. Like game week 22, it's going to have all these games. You know, you're going to have the Arsenal and Tottenham playing the Carabao, and then you've got the cup games at that game week, and some Saturday and Sunday, and then you've got these games coming up. So as you can see, West Ham are playing Leeds, so it's just down to really. I think Moyes would like to have a run in that cup, but then they got the conference, and they got the Europa. Sorry, we're out of the conference, but they have the Europa League, so they want to do well in that and possibly win a first trophy, European trophy. I don't know if they have ever, but that would be something. There's so many games ratcheting up now for West Ham, and yeah, going to have some fun in games now with this game week coming up. It should be okay. Hopefully we're all going to be getting over 70s. Bowen or Antonio, whoever you have, or both. Kufel is an interesting option, just to have something there, or Fabianski, unless you need to get another goalkeeper in, and you can make the move for West Ham. Spurs fans saying make the move for West Ham. Yeah, that's what FPL does to you. It makes you shout for your. Yeah, I'm really an FPL fan, you know. And listen, if I had 3, you know, Gooners and they scored 4, look, I'd be upset against Tottenham, but I have captain Aubameyang against Spurs and before, and what did he do? Nothing. Oh, so they're that's just karma. Never back against your own team. And gambling as well. I don't endorse gambling here. Okay, so that's all we can say here now. Let's thank you for spending the evening or having a butcher's of what I'm at here, based in London, and keeping an eye here, keeping an eye on my hometown in the region. It's great to have the guys here and have a chit chat in the WhatsApp group and keep in contact. And I hopefully I'll be back home mid-January. Just let's see if I can wrangle something, because I've got holidays. It'd be great to get back home and see what the crack is back home. You can take the guy out of Mayo, but you can't take the Mayo out of the Mayo man at all. It's still there, and let's hope that we have some sort of resolution and, you know, outcome to this COVID chaos malarkey that's going on. Wish you on all your families and everyone here watching the best for the new year. I say more of the same, and let's all keep safe, sensible, and cheerful. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably have a chocolate mousse dessert and mull over this game week and just do some finalizations with what I'm going to do with this team. I probably will stick with Salah. I have faith there. But if I want to get rid of Salah, then I won't be getting rid of any of these. But do I really want to keep Bernardo for these game weeks? And then Mount as well coming up, as I said already before. Got to figure that out. But yeah, happy that I've got the Leicester and the Southampton matches back for at least a game week, and that really I have to actually save this thing again. But yeah, there you go, folks. Thanks again for joining us. God bless. Take care, everybody. Thanks for subscribe and like if you can. And anybody new into FPL back home in Ballyhaunis or around Mayo and you want to get them into it, send them my way first. It's a local touch. So take care, folks. God bless and bye.